and that's not right what she said. They got furnished rooms in a modern style, and we bring them to tidy up their rooms.
Yeah, but that hasn't anything to do with what I said just.
Yes, and where do you want to know how it was in my boot camp?
Yeah, and
I don't know, but in our boot camps we got nice rooms for the guys to
Yeah,
chill
but
out.
it doesn't bring them anything when they have nice rooms, when they have to work all day and do dangerous work and also this thing.
Normally, you don't do dangerous work in a boot camp.
He did.
well, and
He didn't
if
say he
you
did.
He did.
he
said-
did.
No, he said he had to dig holes in the desert. That doesn't mean it's dangerous.
In the desert, they are lizards, they are rattlesnakes, they are
You sure?
scorpions. They are very dangerous animals, and it's also
Have you been in
dangerous.
his boot camp and can say that there are rattlesnakes and scorpions and all this animal stuff?
Yes.
So
Yes, you've been
Peter
there.
Walker.
why do you don't ask me and
Yeah,
Why
then
don't
tell
you
us.
Tell us.
I can tell
no,
you
no.
about my boot camp.
We aren't
Jonas.
interested in your boot camp.
Well, we are not
Yes.
interested in your opinion either.
And your either.
We only bring
No.
the inmates to work.
Yeah, and that's illegal.
Yeah.
They learn respect in boot camps.
We teach them respect.
How shall they learn respect when they dig holes? Tell me that.
Yeah, well,
But
by
they
the
have
digging
enough
holes,
time
they
to
follow
sleep.
the rules by that boot camp. And that's how they learn to follow the rules and learn how to respect the one and the drill instructors.
There are rules in our camp.
Yeah, of course they are, but sometimes they are not legal.
Yeah, that's what we have to find out. We will I will ask if they can send a team to his boot camp and check whether the boot camp is legal. But
Yeah,
in
and
the
so we
most-
don't know.
In the most cases, the boot camps are controlled by the state, and every rule they have there is legal.
Yeah, but there are some boot camps where it isn't legal. And before you didn't find them, you should close all boot camps.
Yeah, well, there are some prisons where bad things happen. There are some prisons where people die. Do you think we should close all prisons just because in some prisons there are people that died or that there are people that escaped? Do you think just because people escape from prison, it's not possible to have prisons?
I don't know what prisons have to do with our discussion.
Yeah, well,
Prisons are a really
that's
other...
a comparison between boot camps and prison. Because I just read...
No, it's a
I-
discussion pro and con boot camps and not...
Yeah, but I just compared a prison to boot camp because I just read yesterday that in one prison somebody was killed, and what you're saying, there are some boot camps that are bad, so we should close all. And then I just asked if there's some prisons that are bad because somebody escaped or somebody died, should we close all prisons and just let the criminals just like walk over the street and rob the next bank?
No, we need some place where they are all locked, the bad people. But that doesn't mean that we should keep the boot camps. Prisons are just a place where they are locked. And in the boot camp, they get punished and they have to do hard work. And that's illegal in some boot camps.
Yes.
There's not a prison
Okay,
where
so-
it's illegal what they...
So let's talk about normal boot camps. About normal boot camps
Normal boot
with
camps.
legal rules. Okay.
How
The
can
biggest
you...
problem in our land are
Without punishment.
these fat kids, and we teach them to.
But these are criminal offenders, not fat kids.
Yeah.
Who we talk about.
Physical
And-
education.
And in my boot camp, for example, there were dangerous animals like lizards, as the representative of Amnesty International said. And we slept in tents, not in great rooms, and we had dirty beds.
Well, I don't
nothing-
refuse that there are bad boot camps, and I think we should close these bad boot camps where it's dangerous. Where the boys are not treated like they should be. But I think in our discussion now we should talk about the boot camps that aren't like that, but that are legal, and they have the rules that help the boys, that help them to build character. Maybe the boys also learn their I don't know, like how to build how to work with wood, and then they can do that as a normal job.
Mr. Fischer, every argument, every negative argument we say against boot camps, you say, yeah, well, in some, but in the normal boot camps it doesn't. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, well.
Yes. Good argument, Mr.
No, your every of your argument is based on a boot camp. Maybe the boot camp where he was in, and you say every bad argument, like they are illegal and they always mistreat the boys, and that is based on this boot camp. So let's talk about the normal boot camps, not this few excuses.
But in every boot camp there are many dangerous other offenders, and if you don't have real protection.
But there are some aggressive
Could you please let
children
say what he wants to say?
They broke my finger. They broke my...
My son says nothing about dangers or hardly punishment or something like this.
Yeah, well, see, I can remember his son. He stole a car, and then I gave him the chance. Either you go to prison for 2 years, or you go 1 year to boot camp, and decided to boot camp. I met him again after he was in boot camp, and then he said, it was hard at first, and I really didn't like the drill instructors, but now I can see that it was good for me.
That's because they get a brainwash there.
Yeah, well...
What? A brainwash?
Yeah, I think
how?
it's called like this.
How?
You know...
Explain me how.
So you think boot camps are the secretly hidden the brain control facilities where they send every teenager that he's a legal member of the state?
You wanted to say something.
So you can't answer my question.
Yes.
Answer the question.
Well,
Mr. Smith.
It's difficult to explain because let me think
Not
about
so
it.
good in English.
Yeah, because I'm not from
Okay.
America, and so I'm sorry. I would explain you if we could do this discussion in another language, but in English I can't.
Japanese!
No, that's senseless. I think,
Okay.
I can't answer this question, I'm sorry.
Well, okay, that's okay. He's just... what are you?
Just let's go on with
He's
this
an
discussion.
Amnesty International guy. Well, he's just an Amnesty International guy. Well, he can't speak English that well. So we have to excuse him.
Okay. Peter Walker. Yes. What did happen to you in boot camp?
Yes, as I told you,
We built his character.
No,
He
you
wasn't in
you
your
didn't
boot
build
camp.
my character. You made me.
Well, he could have been there.
Psychological.
No, he shouldn't.
Wreck. It was really down, you could say, after this boot camp. I was physically maybe strong, but psychologically I was very attacked and not confident.
You see what you did to
Self-confident.
these
Why
poor
don't you
boys
look
and
like-
poor other boys?
You should talk to my son.
Yeah.